What's up everybody? Welcome back to the Miniverse. This video is a little different than the videos I normally do. This build wasn't built for playability really, it was really just made for as a diorama. But the scale is pretty close to the same, so you still could use it in a game. This build was for an art challenge for an art group I'm in called the Virtuous Circle Art Collective. It's a great group with a lot of world-class artists in it, everywhere from like tattoo artists to digital artists to sculptors and painters and pretty much any kind of medium you can think of. And so I've been trying to up my artist game, and they've been really helpful with that anyway. So this build, this diorama, kind of represents what the Virtuous Circle Artist Collective is, at least in my opinion. So anyway, I'm going to stop yapping at you and we'll get right on it. Alright, so I just started off with some XPS foam, and I wanted to create a base that was kind of a desolate wasteland of distraction, consumerism, and then a little plateau with the vibrant green circle on top with some little art supplies and stuff. So I just stacked up some layers of XPS foam with some glue and toothpicks to hold it steady. And once I got 6 or 7 layers on there, then I decided to start making the stairs going up, and they're going to be rock stairs. So I just used some other little cut-offs and stacked them up, pinned them together, and then I used that aluminum foil there to go ahead and texture them, because they're about the only thing that's not going to get covered with Sculpt-A-Mold. So I wanted them to have all the texture that they're going to have at the end. So just glued and pinned those down too. Gave the sides of the hill a little trim so that I could get the rocks on there. And those are the plaster rocks that I made with the aluminum foil, and I found that that cheap acrylic caulk really is about the only thing that works really well to stick those plaster rocks down. I just broke them up and went around, something like that. Then I mixed up the Sculpt-A-Mold, the cellulose insulation, plaster, and water. That's all that is. Mixed it up real good, and I did all the flat surfaces first. And I mixed up a little thinner batch to go in between all the rocks on the sides. I used that little spatula tool there to help make it blend into the rocks more. And once all that was dried, I got the glue out and a little bit of water. Glued a bunch of sand down to the base. Just on the base, I didn't want to do that on the top. I wanted the top to be a little more pristine looking. And I wanted the base to be more rubble covered. Alright, I didn't film painting the stairs there. It's just black paint mixed with Mod Podge and then the brown paint to paint up the top of the plateau there. And by this time the glue was dry on the sand, so I got rid of all the excess and painted it up with that same brown color. And I got the khaki color out to just do an overbrush over the dirt parts, which is just the top of the plateau and the little path there in front of it. And I got a light beige color out to do the rubble on the base. So you can see all the little texture building up on it. And then it was time to do the stairs, so I just got the gray out and did an overbrush on it. And then I used this parchment color, which is kind of an off-white, and dry brushed all the little highlights on the stairs there. Now they're starting to look like stones. And then I mixed up some washes. I started with a yellow wash and just spread that around on 50 to 75% of the plaster rocks. And then a brown wash and just spotted that around here and there. And then I got the black wash out, and it turns out this black wash was a little too dark, but it went over everything anyway. And then once that was dry, I came after that light beige color again and just did a dry brush to bring those highlights back around the base. I think that made a really cool kind of ashy look to it. Then I got the khaki color back out and dry brushed up the top. Bring those details back. And I got the gray out since that black wash was a little too dark for the stones. Got the gray out and just gave them a good overbrush. Get them looking like stones again. And then I decided to flock the top of it, so it's just more glue. And then of course my battery wanted to die before I got the flock on there, but I just put that flock on there and let it dry and then brushed off all the excess. And I came back with that parchment color again to hit the highlights around the rock faces on the plateau. Make those details pop out a little more. And then a little touch-ups here and there just to make everything flow together a little better. Alright, and then it was time to put the little doodads on. So, started with the little stone altar there. And the easel. And the little anvil. I had to space everything out, make sure I had it all good proportions around the circle. Some of my little pile of drawings. I did a couple pencil drawings and some ink drawings in there. And then the little canvas with my weird little flower drawings on it. And the tattoo machine was last. There's all the little items in the circle. Then I started decorating the base, the desolate wasteland. And that's the little Xbox that I made with the little controller going down. And then I missed footage of putting up the big screen with the Netflix symbol on it. I figured a little oil barrel would kind of fit in there. Consumerism. And then I did a whole bunch of little beer cans and beer bottles. The beer bottles kind of blended in with the background color, but those beer cans stand out pretty well. There's the desolate wasteland. I felt like it needed a final touch on top with a couple of little trees, kind of brighten it up a little bit. So that was my build for the art challenge. I'll probably from time to time put some more art challenges in here from the group, things that I think you guys might like. Let me know if you liked it. So if you want to see some of the artwork from some of the other people in the group, check out this hashtag over on Instagram or Facebook. There's tons of great art out there, tons of great artists. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.